Okay, so today we're going to be talking about the measures of spread of a data set. We've previously talked about the measures of center, which tell us where our data set normally falls or where our information centers around. And our measures of spread tell us how far apart our data is, if it's really close together and pretty consistent, or if we've got some numbers that are really far apart from each other. This can help us determine whether our data set is accurate or if our data set might be biased in some way or not usable because the data is too spread out. So we're going to go ahead and look at the vocabulary. We've got range, which is the difference between the maximum and minimum, which is the biggest and smallest numbers. We've got interquartile range, which is the difference between the quartile 3, which is the upper median, and quartile 1, which is the lower median, and we will review how to find those. And we've got quartiles. So when we are creating a box plot, this separates our data into 4 groups, each containing 1/4 or 25% of the data. So it's just breaking our data into 4 groups. So to build a box plot, which is going to be our main topic today, we're going to need to find the 5-number summary. This is going to be the maximum value, which is going to be the first dot of our box plot. Then we're going to find the median second, which is going to be that middle part of our data set. And once that's broken up into 2 pieces, we're going to find the lower median, which is our beginning of our box. And then we're going to find the upper median, which is the end of our box, and our maximum, which is our last dot. So those are the 5 things that we need to create our 5-number summary. And just like it said in the definition, that would break our data into 4 equal pieces. So if I had a data set with 12 numbers, I would have 3 numbers in the first part, 3 numbers in the middle, and then 3 numbers in the middle, and then 3 numbers in the last part. So it just breaks our data into 4 pieces. So we're going to go ahead and build a box plot. We're going to find the range and the interquartile range, and we're going to tell us what that spread tells us about the data. So to build a box plot, the first thing we need to do is order at least to greatest, which I've already done just to make the video a little bit shorter. So we're going to first find our median. So that's going to be the step where we jump in at. We're going to find our median of the data set. So we've got 7 numbers total. So we're going to count to the 4th number in on our data set. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 83 is our median. That separates our data into the lower half of our data and the upper half. So now that we have those separated into a lower half and upper half, we're going to find the median of the lower half and the median of the upper half. So our lower half is 62, 70, and 79. So the middle number there would be 70. So our Q1 is 70. And then our upper half is 88, 91, and 99. And that would make our median there 91. So our Q3 is 91. And then we're going to find our maximum and minimum values. Our maximum is 99, and our minimum value is 62. So that's our 5-number summary. Those are the 5 numbers that we need to fill in our box plot: 83, 70, 91, 99, and 62. That's our 5-number summary. So we're going to go ahead and build our box plot below. We're going to start with our minimum value, which is 62. We're going to start our box with Q1, which is 70. Our median is 83. Our Q3, median of the upper half, is 91. And then our maximum value is 99. So now I'm just going to connect my box and my upper, or my maximum, minimum. And then remember, this is the minimum, Q1, Q2, Q3, and max. And that middle part of our box is always going to be the median. So you're going to have a lot of questions with box plots about the median. So now that we've looked at that, doing it by hand and reviewing how to do that, we're going to go ahead and look at how to do that in Desmos. It's a lot easier to do in Desmos if you have calculator access. So the first thing that we're going to do in Desmos is make a list. And the way that we do that is by typing L equals, and we're going to use a box bracket. And we're going to just type in our data set the way that they gave it to us. You do not have to order these least to greatest when you're using the calculator because it will do that for you when it builds the box plot. I'm going to close the bracket. So our list has been entered as 7 elements, and then we're going to tell the calculator to make a box plot. So we're just going to type box plot. And we're going to use parentheses and type L for our list that we had. So now it's built our box plot. We're going to have to scroll over because our numbers are pretty big. So there's our box plot created for us, and then we can use the information on the number line to find our 5-number summary for us. So just looking at the picture of the box plot, it's not very far spread out. Each piece of the data, each fourth of the data has about the same length in it. So that means our numbers are pretty close together. They're not too far spread out. So that's some good information about our data. So we would be able to use that information to pull out the information for the 5-number summary. So this is kind of working backwards. If they gave us that box plot, we'd be able to read it and see that our minimum value is 62, 70, 83. Same information as before because we use the same data. So now we're going to look at how to find the range and the interquartile range. So to find the range, it's going to be maximum minus minimum. And our maximum is 99, minimum is 62. So when we do that subtraction, we get 37. So the range of our data set is 37. It's 37 spaces apart. And then our interquartile range is going to be that Q3 value, which is 91, minus our Q1 value. So when we do that, we get 21. So our interquartile range, the middle part of our data, is 21 spaces apart from each other. So go ahead and try the example questions and use the Desmos graphing calculator to try those. And make sure you enter them in on the formative.